We are now a week into spring, the hottest time for buying and selling homes. Spring is also a time for rebirth, and many of you are hoping for the rebirth of an affordable housing market. We're in a bit of a housing price dip right now, but will that last, or are we done with the dip? On Growing Idaho this morning, we try to find that answer. To start this spring real estate season, we're seeing some good signs. In February, the median sales price for Ada County homes was a little more than $492,000. That's still up there, but down 10.5% compared to February of last year, and the fourth consecutive month of annual decline in price. And while in Ada, it was still a small increase compared to last month, that's not the case in Canyon County. In Canyon, the median sales price was down year over year and down month over month, sitting at about $390,000. So I asked the president-elect of Boise Regional Realtors Elizabeth Hume if these downward trends toward affordability will continue.
Justin, I wish I had that crystal ball that you're looking for.
Darn. Well, even without a crystal ball, Hume can make some pretty educated predictions. First, on that dip in prices.
I believe the dip is not sustainable.
So the prices are likely to go back up. Why?
Housing is all supply and demand. We've just got too much growth. There's a gap between the people who need housing and the available units for them.
As we talked about last week, home builders cannot keep up with demand, and also a lot fewer people are selling than they were a year ago. In fact, the housing inventory for Ada County is at about a month and a half. That means it would only take about 6 weeks for all the homes for sale right now to get bought up at the current pace. We had a half-month supply last year in January, so that's gotten a little better. But Hume says a 3 or 4 month supply is healthy. We're still less than half that. Some potential home buyers have been waiting years for a big enough price dip to break into the market. So if this is not that dip, what options do those folks have? Hume says fixer-uppers. I did a story a few months ago on how hard those are to find, but Hume says they are out there.
Is it where you want to live? Is it in the heart of Eagle? No. Is it a little further out? Yes. But they're out there. I find when local buyers purchase with a little bit more open mind, so they're willing to get into that first home first, and they're willing to put a little sweat equity. It's not going to look like an HGTV moment when they buy the house.
And if prices are going to go up again, Hume says the time to buy something, anything, is now.
Prices traditionally, the 3 years prior to 2020, were going up 10% a year. If you can just get into a house that you can live in for a couple of years, you'll get that equity. It's getting into the game. And so if it means you live in a smaller home in a part of town you don't love, you're in the game. And that's the most important part.
And while it is still a seller's market with relatively high prices, Hume says sellers are having to work a little harder to get homes sold. Besides the price dip, which again likely will not last, she says sellers are at least having to stage their homes, or at least, vacuum and clean the dishes, which was not even the case just a few years ago when people needed to only stick a for sale sign in the lawn and wait a couple hours for their huge offers to roll in.